It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Okay, right down to business. Kingdom Hearts 3 was a mixed bag of nuts for me. I'm not going to geek out on the gameplay or visuals because we've known for years those were going to be awesome. And on that note, I'll be taking down any footnotes going over the trailers since they're no longer relevant. What floored me this time, what floored me in this game, was the theme. Now, I don't mean...
There's more to a heart than just anger or hate. It's full of all kinds of feelings.
Or...
No more borders around or below or above, so long as you champion the ones you love.
And not even...
I'm always with you.
With each world Sora traversed this time, he saw the repercussions of loss on the heart. The toys losing Andy, Rapunzel losing Eugene, Sully parting from Boo, Elsa separating from Anna, Elizabeth being apart from Will, and Hiro coping without Tadashi. We anticipated that Xehanort was going to push Sora to his absolute limits, both physically and emotionally. And I don't want to spoil anything for those who haven't finished the game yet, but every cutscene in the Keyblade Graveyard leading up to this final boss was emotional for me. There were reunions and introductions that we've been looking forward to for years. But I got a very personal punch to the gut as Xehanort crossed the line. I got cut so deep with this that I can't forgive Xehanort in the slightest. I got choked up before, but this plot twist had me literally sobbing because I was feeling Sora's loss. Again. I don't like to talk about it. In fact, my parents don't even know about this, but I lost a friend once. His name was Cayden, and he was my best friend. He lived in the neighborhood down the road from our apartments. There was this grassy hill behind the complex where we would meet, and that was our spot to sit, talk, and have ice cream after school. I wish I could remember how I made him laugh so hard because he would snort. We just sat there doing a whole lot of nothing. But he was the one person in my life I never had to fight with. We'd been close friends for almost 3 years, and he was always smiling when he saw me, so I never noticed how much he was suffering. He didn't tell me until near the end of those 3 years, but he'd lost his mom when he was 6 years old. There was a car accident, and his father had struggled with alcohol ever since, which left Cayden defenseless as he grew up. In a way, he'd lost both his parents. I had grown up in a military household, so we moved pretty often. This time, my family was stationed to move from Washington to Alaska. I felt guilty for leaving him behind, but I was 13 at the time, so I had less than no say in the matter. Still, when I broke the news to Cayden, he didn't take it well. In fact, he didn't say anything. He wouldn't even look at me. I didn't see him for a couple days, but I still waited at our spot for him. Then 2 days before we vacated our apartment, his father showed up at the hill with an ice cream bar and a letter from Cayden. Both were meant for me, and this letter turned out to be his suicide note. I don't have it with me anymore, and I can't recall his exact words, because this happened in 2007. But what it boiled down to is that he considered me a source of strength and a reason to live. So with me going away, he was losing more than a friend. It hurts even worse when I think about what happened afterward. I wasn't able to attend his funeral because I was in Alaska and my parents never knew about him. I don't even know where he's buried. And I don't have any photographs of him. He'd lost his mom to a drunk driver. He'd lost his dad to alcohol. He was losing me to the military, and it looks like his heart just couldn't take anymore. These days, I go through bouts of depression where I get so emotionally numb that I forget how to care about anything. My art, my dog, my friends, even my projects. But Kingdom Hearts has always been therapeutic for me. Sora knew that he was going to be put through hurt, much of which wasn't his own. But he found the resolve to care about these people, some of whom he'd never even met. He showed me that friendship is healthy, even when it hurts. And I'm sorry for getting so vulnerable with you guys, but this game has always been very personal to me, this experience being only one of the reasons why. Loss is hard to go through, it's hard to talk about, and it's incredibly hard to accept, but
Hurting is part of caring.
let's care about each other. Yes, loss is something everybody feels, but you shouldn't just suck it up and ignore it, or you risk facing an unnecessary and even more damaging hurt. Loneliness. And with that, there's a misconception about loneliness that we need to clear up. As late actor Robin Williams put it, I used to think the worst thing in life was to end up all alone. It's not. The worst thing in life is to end up with people who make you feel all alone. That, in a nutshell, is loneliness. And it's a darkness that I and many others carry inside. We need more than antidepressants and therapy. We need actual compassion and connections. We don't just need to have conversations. We need to form bonds. And to the lonely spirits out there, don't just wait for somebody to find you. I know it's scary and you might be afraid of getting hurt, but this healing takes some effort on your part too. Open your heart to others and you'll find that people can and do love you. You might even find that you love them back. I know this got really real for all of us, so thanks for staying with me. And this Valentine's Day, if you find yourself without a sweetheart, take some time to love yourself, because you're worth loving. I know healing is a easier said than done kind of thing, but I promise it'll be worth it. Now go forth and spread the love, my ghosties.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where